All right, folks are still coming in. I'm going to go ahead and kick us off. Like I said, I'm Joe Dunbar with Starin. I work on our technical services team here and get the fine privilege of hosting some of our town halls. Our friends with Barco here today. We've got a couple of folks on the call. In particular, we got Faiz Rehman. Hopefully I got that right, Faiz. Faiz works with our team as a global partner program manager. He's nearing 5 years at Barco. I know Faiz was on Innovate 40 Under 40, lots of accolades, so we'll certainly want to hear about those when you get a chance to introduce yourself. And Marius Braun, who's been at Barco for almost as long as I've been alive. Marius, I don't want to age you, but I'm pretty sure you've been there almost as long as I've been alive. So the amount of experience that Marius has is bar none. And all these folks on the call here, Kelly included, have done a great job supporting me and our team at Starin. So I'm excited for you and our partners to get to meet them today. We're going to be taking a look at the latest and greatest that's Barco has to offer for their immersive experiences and projection. Certainly a couple of housekeeping items. One, if you have a genuine question that you want to get across to us here on the panel to either be addressed to you directly or during the broadcast, please put those in the Q&A section, and we'll be sure to answer those when it's appropriate. In the normal chat, please do tell us where you're calling in from. I'm outside, I want to say sunny Las Vegas, but it's a little overcast today. I know we got a couple folks on the East Coast as well, so let us know where you're coming from, and feel free to keep that general chat in the normal chat there. So, Faiz, Marius, I'm going to kick it over to you guys and your team to introduce yourselves, and let's take a look at what we've got today.
Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you. And hi, team. Great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining today. And my name is Faiz Rehman. And like Joe described, I've been with Barco for around 5 years now. I take care of two different responsibilities for Barco. One is the Global Partner Program Manager, and other is the Americas Distribution Lead. And along with me is my friend Marius, who will introduce himself. Over to you, Marius.
Hello, so my name is Marius Braun. I've been with Barco for about 36 years. I'm a senior pre-sales engineer. I've been involved with all aspects of projection that we've done over the years, everything home theater, rental and staging, corporate, simulation, virtual reality. So I'm here to help you with whatever projects you have.
That's great.
I can attest to that. Marius is here to help with whatever project you have, as he has for me so many times.
I know. So obviously, Marius has been with us for 36 long years. So everybody would be wondering that how long have been Barco around? So, and that's the answer hidden in our next slide, right, Joe?
That's right.
Yeah. So Kelly, if you can share the next slide, possibly I can share with people the history about Barco. So obviously, like I always say this story, we are like 90 years young, and we have remained young through innovation. So Barco started in 1934, and the ambition was to produce the most high-tech product of that era, which was called radio. And that's how the name came, Belgium American Radio Corporation, which you all now know as Barco. And we have been around for 90 years. We have kind of developed so many exciting products in this 90 years journey. And what you see today is obviously a testament of all the other customer satisfactory products which we have developed in those 90 years. So as we move to the next slide, Kelly, I can take you through the three different product verticals or the divisions where Barco is involved. Because not many of you are aware where all Barco is kind of integrated or involved. The first vertical is called the entertainment vertical, where myself, Marius, as well as Kelly represent. And obviously, that's a big vertical. If you ever happen to be in any of the cinema halls near you, there's a very big probability that you will end up watching a movie on a Barco projector. I can say that with surety because Barco is a leader in cinema projection with more than 50% of market share. Same happens that Barco is also a leader in the projection and image processing world as well. That's why in totality, we call it entertainment. The second vertical is the enterprise verticals. As you see in the photograph, our one-click wonder, which is called ClickShare. So where we enable people for wireless presentation and wireless video conferencing and much more. And similarly, in the same vertical, we have our LED and LCD video walls, which happens to be in the corporate world, as well as the very demanding control room application. And lastly, there's something which not many people are aware, that we are a very strong force in the healthcare industry as well. So whether it's mammography, radiology, or many other healthcare application, Barco plays a very, very strong role in ensuring that our things with the healthcare remains in line with our expectations. So over to the next slide, Kelly. So we are a Belgium headquartered company. So as you can see in my background as well as Marius' background, that's our headquarters in Kortrijk. So that's it. Whenever you get a chance, obviously that's a great place to be with all the buzzing new technologies getting tested for the next coming decades. So if you talk about us, we are immersive experience. So out of the three verticals which I talked about before, we represent the immersive experience vertical, which involves projection and image processing. So in the end, we try to amplify great ideas through images. I'm proud to tell you that we have been a market leader in high-end projection. So if you talk about the 4K projection above 7,000 lumens, we are at 47% market share. That is almost half of the market trust Barco for solution in high-end projection, and that's a big achievement for us. And that's only because of partners like you and customers who might be in this call or might be kind of right now using our projections for their satisfactory applications. So our global business unit is involved in hardware, software, as well as services deals. So if you see this, we help our customers to deliver their visual miracles. It's like visioning an exciting future, visioning a brighter tomorrow to everyone, everywhere, all the time. Kelly, can we move to the next slide, please? So we create value across three different pillars. The first one is the leading technology. The good part is we have a complete product line, whether you talk about projection, image processing, rear projection screens, software, services, everything. And at the end of the day, we have applications for products for each and every demanding applications, even for simulation or might be virtual reality or VX, what we call right now. So that is why we are always ready to deliver content as intended by our end users. Second thing is we are always very firm and focused on the quality aspects. So quality as well as longevity are one of the important pillars. That is why we try to ensure and bring peace of mind for each and every customer application and each and every product that we manufacture, not only immersive experience, but anything which Barco manufactures, quality and brand is always a very strong and cemented position for Barco. Last thing is, we have a global team of experts. Right now, obviously, with the range of experience Marius is sitting, we have 265 pre-sales and post-sales experts to support you. So I'm proud to say that we are a company that never sleeps, with locations and partners in each and every time zone ready to support you all the time. And that's what our partner and customer deserves. And that's what they want as well, that Barco or any organization should be able to support them all the time. And we always strive to do that through our range of experts, as well as our solutions and each and everything which we try to achieve with our distribution partners, as well as partners like you. Next slide, Kelly. Thank you. We focus on 4 key segments. The first one is the live events. And as Kelly kind of presses the slide again, and right now she's on seeing something else, you will see that we have 3 more segments. Second one is the themed entertainment. Kelly, you'll have to kind of come back, please. So we have live events. So there used to be a saying, and while I was coming into the AV world, I used to always hear this slogan while working for some other manufacturer, that no Barco, no show. And the saying still holds true today, that especially in the rental and the word of live events, no Barco, no show, because Barco has the complete product line, whether it's with respect to the projectors for the rental community or for the image processing things. Barco has a great product line to support the demanding application which live events wants. Second is the theme entertainment. If you go to any of the large theme parks, you would end up watching the Barco creating magic out there. Third is, I know not many people or not many manufacturers are involved in simulation or virtual reality. Flight simulators and all the demanding simulation applications requires a range of expertise where Barco is obviously on the top of it. And lastly, the corporate field, where you see the corporate boardrooms, all the other good things which are happening across town halls and all the good things. Barco has product for each and every category. As we move to the next slide, Kelly, please. We have the most complete product line. And I said this before as well. If you talk about projection, we have each and everything which requires for you to go and project your ideas in a good way. So whether it's projectors, lenses, software, services, accessories, each and everything. Same goes for image processing, and same goes, not many of you would know that Barco kind of manufactures their own rear projection screens. Barco has their mounts, structures, software, services. So in totality, if you see, the solution is complete. You just need to reach out to Joe Dunbar or somebody else at Starin, and they'll support you to create your solution which you want. Over to next slide, please. So see, in the nutshell, we try to create the mind-blowing experiences live events. I talked about live events, how we used to say that no Barco, no show. So whether it's concerts, festivals, conferences, shows, galas, the outdoor mapping right now, everybody talks about projection mapping. Barco turns it into reality. Barco does it every day. Right now, as we are speaking, more than 125,000 Barco projectors are working across the world. And that's a big number to talk about. And that's the range of customers we have. And we have thousands and thousands of satisfied customers. As we move to the next slide and talk about the themed entertainment, that how we create wow in the themed entertainment world. So whether it's museums, whether it's the new term which is called artainment, or the immersive shows, theme parks, and the houses of worship. Honestly speaking, most of the inquiries which I now receive is coming from the houses of worship. Every now and then, just as I'm talking, I just remembered that Starin also had a very good feature in their last magazine featuring house of worship. And that was a great article, and that proves that obviously more and more customers are now going towards house of worship, because that's becoming a need of the hour. That's becoming a necessity where people want to invest in the house of worship as well. And Barco is kind of providing you support in all the other verticals, the one present here in the slide, the one which is not there as well. So I'm happy to kind of pass on the floor to my friend Marius, but if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot your questions. Joe will let us know, and we'll definitely like to answer all of them. Thank you so much. Over to you, Marius.
Okay. Next slide, please, Kelly. So as we've seen in the last couple of slides, the types of projects have evolved over the years to many different types of avenues. So it used to be basically projection was corporate projection, but now it's expanded out to things like themed entertainment, houses of worship, projection mapping, the museum market, all sorts of different applications. So when you're presented with a project, the key thing that you want to do is you want to have a solution for your project that fits the requirements that you have. In addition to the technical requirements, though, there are also budgetary requirements. And so you need to have a selection of products that can span a wide range of requirements and fit into whatever requirements and specifications that you need. Barco's presentation portfolio of projection is the widest in the industry. As you can see from this slide, the projectors range in light output from, say, 5,000 lumens up to, it's not on here, but 75,000 lumens at different resolutions and different types of formats, whether it's single chip projection or 3-chip projection. So all our projectors are laser phosphor. And so maintenance is significantly reduced because we don't use lamps anymore. And also, one of the advantages that laser phosphor laser illumination gives you is the ability to mount the projectors at any angle, at any configuration. So previously, with lamp-based projectors, you had a limitation where you couldn't rotate them for certain angles and certain configurations, and that limited how you were able to install the projectors and specify them. But that's one limitation that's removed. In addition, the projectors are different sizes, and some of the requirements now for projects that people want to do are very short spaces, very limited installation requirements. And for that, we have a range of projectors in different sizes to meet that. But one thing we've also expanded greatly is our offering for lenses. All our projectors, it's very important, all our projectors have interchangeable lenses, including very short throw lenses so to fit into very tight space requirements and configuration requirements. So that's something that gives you unparalleled flexibility. You will be able to find a product in this range that will fit whatever need that you have based on, you simply have to know the light output that you need and the resolution that you need, and we can find something that fits. All our projectors are also 3D capable, so that's not something that you need to worry about. They also have built-in warp and blending capability, which means electronic geometric distortion and edge blending capability. So you can make you can use multiple projectors to create a larger desktop if needed. There's no external hardware required. It's all built into the projectors. So in addition to the hardware, using the projectors is also very important. You want it to be easy. Our Pulse platform is a unified platform across our range, which makes it easy. Once you learn one projector, you pretty much know all of them. So there's no learning curve if you go from one model to another. So if you go from a single chip F80 to a 3-chip UDX, if you know the menu structure for one projector, you know it for the other projector. So it makes it much easier to go between platforms. So in addition to the menu structure within the projector, we also offer external software to help you in your projects as well. There's a free application called Projector Toolset that you would install on a PC or laptop or Mac, whatever platform you want. There's no license, and what it's used for is to control as many projectors as you want. You'd make a group. You can control them for power. You can control the alignment. You can control all aspects of the projectors from this application. And when you have multiple projectors, it's nice because you don't have to deal with remotes, especially when many times projector is tucked away where the remote is hard to hit, and it makes it very difficult. So here it's just a network connection, and you can talk to any number of projectors in your group. We also have a prospector application, which has enhanced capabilities for talking to the projectors as well. So we have flexibility for the hardware of the projectors themselves, single chip, 3-chip, multiple resolutions, and then we have a wide range of interchangeable lenses. We have software control to be able to talk to the projectors as well. And we also have a large range of accessories also for mounting projectors. So we try to give you the whole gamut to make your projects easy and straightforward for installation. Kelly, next slide, please. This is our newest projector we just introduced at InfoComm last year, the G50. It's comes in 3 different light output levels, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 lumens. It's the smallest and lightest projector in its category. It's also the only projector in this category with interchangeable lenses. Again, as I mentioned before, it gives you the flexibility where you can have a very short throw lens or a long throw lens. You're not limited to whatever lens the projector comes with. It also shares the commonality with the projector tool set that can be used. It has built-in warping and blending. So it's a very capable and powerful unit in a very small package.
Very cost-efficient package, I would add too. Just
yes.
I know we've had a lot of success just launching the G50s. And already have quite a few going out the door. So if people are looking to step up their projection quality in that class, in the kind of 5, 6, 7, I think we have 6, 7, 8,000 lumens.
Yep.
It's definitely a great option for folks to look at. So if you are interested in checking one out, getting your hands on one, please reach out to us and let us know so you can see the latest and greatest.
Thank you, Joe. So we've talked about the projection aspect. So you have your display portion of your project handled, but now you have multiple sources that you need to send to the projectors, however many there were. So how do you handle your inputs? Your PCs, laptops, cameras, video sources, all that stuff. How do you get it to where it needs to go? So Barco also offers a full range of image processing solutions. Again, just like with the projectors, we have a full range because you can buy what you need, and it'll fit into whatever project parameters there are. We start off with our PDS 4K. It's a basic presentation switcher, dual screen. So if you have a small conference room where you just need to send a number of sources to two different screens with some basic simple switching, we have that solution. And then if you have a more involved project, then we step up to our S3 and E2 chassis, which are also not only modular, but linkable, so you can have multiple chassis to expand capabilities almost to an unlimited level. And there are different types of inputs cards and output cards available. So whatever you need to mix and match in terms of SDI, DisplayPort, HDMI, fiber, whatever kind of input you have and whatever kind of output you have, however many channels you need to send that the signals to, the equipment can handle that. Important to note is the S3 and the E2 as well. If they're installed in a system and then a year or so down the line, the needs expand beyond the capabilities of that chassis, you can add hardware to expand the capabilities of the chassis. You don't have to replace it. So it's a future-proof design. The software that drives our presentation switchers is also free and can be run from a laptop or a computer to establish configuration, to switch, create presets and switch your sources. So you can do all manner of control of your sources from here to wherever displays either a single large display with multiple projectors, side monitors, side projectors, other rooms. You can do everything from the control point of these presentation switchers. On the right side, you'll see the input cards. Again, the systems are fully modular with redundant power supplies, so you can mix and match input and output cards any type that you want. And these are also auto configurable. So if you change an input card or an output card in, say, an E2 or an S3, there's no configuration involved. You simply turn the unit back on, and that's that. So they're very simple to use that way. And then we have controllers at the bottom right corner. You'll see some controllers that are available as well to control the content and the flow through the processors. These are typically used for live events where I'm sure you've seen the control area on a concert where the guy's sitting there with something that looks like these controllers to control what goes where at that time. So we have a full range of image processing and full range of projectors. And as Faiz mentioned, also we have rear screen solutions as well and custom structures. So we can do projects for you really from beginning to end, laying everything out in a turnkey manner so that it's simple for you. And even if it's very complex for you, we can help you design custom complicated systems as well. So if we have custom proprietary design software that our application engineers use to lay out with our product specifically where they would go, and then we can generate CAD drawings for placement of projectors and to assist with the further installation. So that about wraps it up. And,
yeah, Marius, I just real quick, you mentioned the ability to help design, and I guess I want to stress that a little bit. I know we've worked on quite a few projects together, and in particular, I am recalling a situation where we were doing projection mapping on an old planetarium, so on the inside of that dome. And that certainly, was an interesting one to dive into. So, to the folks watching, there's not a lot of situations that Marius and the team there at Barco haven't encountered and can help with. You mentioned, in particular, live events, concerts being a great example. We did get a question asking about where we might see particularly the image processing solution. So concerts are one. You mentioned live events. I think about, everyone here is pretty familiar with Infocom and the main stage and those types of areas. In relevant or relative, I should say, to the verticals that we discussed earlier, museums, creative applications like that. I mean, can you give us a couple of just, off the top, you got any specific examples for some of these units?
The Emmys, the Oscars, places like that, where they're routing sources to different screens and the different points. Large corporate presentations. You ever see the like the large Apple show where they have screens all over the place and where they're introducing products here and there and everywhere, and they have different things going. That those type of places as well are also key for our processing solutions to be used.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And moving on, I know, Marius, you said, yeah, so we want to go. We did answer a couple questions that we were going to, I'm sorry, we're coming in a little bit. There were a couple other questions that have come through as well. I know one of the questions that have come up is kind of what plans can someone make to help win with Barco, as opposed to, some competitors? What are the focuses for Barco that help make it an effective solution?
Well, one of the things that we have is, if you ever notice, the lenses on our projectors have very large faces, and the reason for that is because a large glass surface face has a couple of advantages. One, because lenses are curved and rounded, a larger face gives you more of a flat area to project from, so there's less distortion and better focus uniformity. And then in addition, a large glass surface allows you to have more lens shift. Lens shift means moving the image around on the screen without tilting the projector up or down or left and right. And again, this is for focus uniformity. What you want in a projected image is you want to have nice crisp focus in the center, but also in the corners. So having a large lens shift capability is important. Having high quality, larger lenses is important. And one other thing that Barco incorporates in their projectors is it's called Scheinflug, after a German scientist. Scheinflug, that was his name. But that is a mechanical adjustment in the projectors that allows you to adjust the relative angle of the face of the lens relative to the screen without changing the angle of the body. So that means the lens can actually tilt and while the body stays in place. Because as we all know, installations are never absolutely perfect. Nothing's ever perfectly parallel or perpendicular. And so surfaces are never really flat, especially if you've taken a laser level and shot it on the wall of your house. Everybody knows that. So that type of ability, along with a high depth of field of lenses, allows you to have really good crisp focus all the way around.
So two things I'm taking away there are, one, attention to detail and quality. I know Barco is known for quality, and I think often in conversations that I have with partners, we almost don't get considered because it's usually it kind of implied that that's quality that's not needed on this type of project or something like that. And I'm really appreciative of the fact that Barco has been addressing that. One, pricing schemings and structures and all those types of things, but even more so in offering more competitive products like the G50 series, right, to help that. And then the other thing, the attention to detail that I mentioned, to help make the project go smoother and the end result better. So things like the Scheinflug adjustments, the glass face, and things like that are definitely areas we can win. So I appreciate that. There's also a question about new product. Everybody wants to know about 2024. So I don't know if anybody can share anything about, what's on the roadmap, what's coming up. Can anybody give us a little glimpse into their crystal ball?
Yeah, Joe, I would love to talk about it. And obviously that's something which is very exciting and anybody who has asked that question, thank you so much, because your Barco always stands with your trust, because every year people expect Barco to come up with something new. And I would say, just wait for 2 more months. ISE is around the corner, not one, not two, but you will be hearing many new announcements coming in. I know Kelly is smiling because she's from marketing. She's already working on those announcements, but Barco is already working on many new products, both in terms of projection and image processing. And I can't speak for other views right now, but obviously I know that they're also working. So once you get to see at ISE, you will be able to witness many new products for Barco at ISE. So right now I can't spill the beans that what's cooking in the oven, but yes, definitely there's a lot of products out there which you would get to see at ISE and also at Infocom later next year. So
Well,
Barco is thinking about the future. Barco is planning for the future. Barco wants to remain the market leader, wants to maintain that position. And I know that having good products, understanding the nerve of the customer, this is all very important. So, Joe, I know your team would be around at ISC. You would be bringing back those good news, those good products. And obviously, you would be getting those firsthand as well to deliver it to your customers as well.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Thank you. We'll keep our calendar pinned on ISE in the new year as we always do, and we'll certainly be looking forward to what's coming out with that. In light of the new products, one of the questions that came in a little bit earlier, and I was kind of holding on to, without outshining new products, right? The G50 is still a new product. And can we talk a little bit about like the specific benefits of the G50 and kind of where it's positioned and how our partners can use that to leverage, wins with their projects?
No, thank you so much, Joe. I love talking about G50 because that's our newest kid on the block, and that is something which we are proud of. So, like obviously, Marius was explaining in his presentation, is this is the smallest and lightest projector in this category, and the most energy efficient as well. So, and at the end of the day, this is the only one who has full range of interchangeable lenses, and that is with the widest lens shift into this category. At the end of the day, if you see, it has a display port and it has an audio in, that is the 3.5 jack, which we talk about, which you would not find into any other projectors into this category. And lastly, it fits into your each and every application, whether it's boardroom, museums, corporate events, experience centers, everything. And it comes with the Barco swap option. That means the guaranteed service and support. So what else can you desire in a product which is lightest, which is obviously smallest, which is the most energy efficient, which is the most cost effective as well, and which comes from Barco with the best of the best quality. I think it covers it tick marks each and every parameter, Joe, which we want to have in a projection into that category. Marius, if you want
Yeah,
to add something, please feel free.
No, the G50 is latest. So all our projectors are DLP based projection, and so you'll find, especially when you have multi-channel applications, how important that is because the color uniformity and light uniformity of our DLP projectors is extremely good. And so when you start making a large desktop with 2, 3, however many projectors, you'll find that the end result is a nice seamless image where you can't pick out where one starts and one ends. And that's a big advantage that our projectors have. We have very uniform light paths and very good distribution of light. And so very high quality images. And of course, crisp focus. If you have fuzzy corners, that's going to show up especially in multi-channel applications as well. So overall, high quality throughout the projected image on the screen.
I think too to that, Marius, this calls back to the projector tool set that you mentioned and having some familiarity with it. If you find yourself as an integrator in a position where somebody's looking for more of a creative application, they want to do some projection mapping, those tools are built into the projectors and utilizing projector tool set, you can pull that off without additional external hardware often. Is the case. So that's a huge advantage, would allow you to keep less hardware in the mix, not only to help keep the price down, but remove potential points of failure. Passing the video signal through additional processors and things like that is not always necessary. If it is, certainly Barco has some solutions for that as well in the PDS4K and S3 and E3. Marius, sorry, looked like you had more there.
Well put. Well put. No, yeah, yes. Extra cables and wires and boxes are never really a good thing.
Yeah, the more we can minimize that. And honestly, like having used projector tool set, once you kind of get a grip on it, it is pretty easy compared to, mapping with an external processor of some kind. So we've touched a little bit, sorry, my questions disappeared there. We touched a little bit on, what makes Barco, how we can win with Barco. We've talked about the quality. Can we elaborate on that a little bit and talk about how Barco stands out from the competitors? With some of those aspects or any others, if someone can speak to that a little bit.
Well, one thing, in addition to having a very complete product line, we also have a custom design group called Excite, which will help you with custom structures and custom screens. And so really start to finish aspect of your project, especially when it's complicated. If you have a dome or a spherical screen or a curved screen application front, where you have difficult space parameters. You need a custom layout with custom mechanics. We do a lot of custom stuff, more than anybody else. And so we have a group dedicated to helping our customers with their custom design solutions, because not everything is just flat screen in a boardroom. So.
Well, often by the time it gets to us and then you on the other end of it, Marius, I mean, that's when we know like this is far from an off-the-shelf project. So to engage that group, what's that process look like? Just reach out to your Starin team and we'll hook up with you guys. Do you guys have a dedicated spot for that? What's the connect with Starin is always the answer, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Exactly. That's the answer. And honestly, one thing which I missed while we are talking about G50, or we talk about the other product as well, apart from all the good things which we have, the best part is we have stock. And Starin has stock. So if you need G50s, G60s, G62s, G100s, or any of the products right now, Starin has all of them in stock. They can ship it just today. So you don't have to worry about anything. And especially G50s, I can talk about. I know Starin has great stock, which is ready to ship from their warehouse at any point of time. Right, Joe?
We do. And actually, as you were saying it, I'm grabbing a link real quick to just drop in the chat for folks. In addition to that, if you're not sure what you need, Barco has a great lens calculation tool. I understand a lot of projection manufacturers offer a similar thing, and there are third-party solutions. But I will say I use this tool frequently to try and help nail down the right projector with the right lenses. There's a bunch of great information there that includes your lens shift with visual representations and things like that. So please do utilize that if you say, hey, I'm interested in a Barco projector, but I'm not sure which lens or what I should be using. If you feel comfortable, jump in there, play around, and certainly reach out to us if we're happy to help in any way, shape, or form we can. It looks like we kind of got all of our questions answered. Is there anything anybody wanted to add before I go ahead to our gift card giveaway? If anyone has any more questions before we depart, please do drop them in so we can get to them ahead of time. But from the Barco team, I really appreciate you guys being here, all the information, give us a sneak peek behind, Barco, who you are, where you're from, and what the future's about, including the latest tech. So anything anyone wants to add?
Yes, Joe. So one thing before we kind of go back to our normal lives, that we have an exciting promotion going on through Starin. And this is I would say a once in a lifetime promotion on F80s, G60s, and G100s. So all you need to do is drop a message to Joe or one of your Starin folks and ask them about the Barco promotion. That's only until stock lasts and until 31st of December. But it's really, really great promotion with great price point reduction in a couple of projectors, which probably is there until stock lasts. So please go and try to get as many opportunities as possible and contact your Starin folks.
I appreciate that, Faiz. Certainly, without giving away anything, I can say if you've ever wondered about Barco projectors or wanted to get into a certain model, but it was priced out or something like that, now is the time. Barco in general has certainly gotten a lot more aggressive and partnered with us to do so. So we appreciate that. To make Barco, help us grow our business together. So as we do with our town halls, we are giving away a $50 Amazon gift card to a random winner that has been selected. So congratulations, Zach Conley. Our team will be in touch with you after this to make sure that you get that. If you're looking for more information on Barco, any of the solutions they have, the projectors on down, certainly barco.com. You can visit us at starin.biz, reach out to anybody on this call, or as easiest, your Starin sales rep, and they'll be sure to connect you with us. So thanks everybody for your time this afternoon, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, Joe.